Sound check in the beef bar. Do we have any volume? Good. Just a reminder, this is your 5-minute warning. We would like to have those reserve champions and Putnam County breed champions up in front of the arena. We will parade those through before we start the Grand Heifer Drive. Please have those reserve champions and Putnam County champions in front of the arena.
bring in the reserve champion, Angus Heifer, Case and Ames. We want to bring in our champion, our reserve champion, Charlotte Heifer, Parker Head. Our champion, Kiania, Madeline Dumont. Our champion, T.A. Heifer, Rylan Wagner. Our reserve champion, Herbert Heifer, Taylor Underwood. Our reserve limousine heifer, Bailey Head. Our reserve maintainer heifer, Charlie Dumont. Our reserve champion, Shorthorn heifer, Allie Fielding. Our reserve champion, Simmons Tall heifer, Allie Fielding. Our reserve champion, Sim Solution heifer, Chloe Oliver. And our reserve champion, crossbred, Parker Head. Give all the reserves a round of applause. Now we will parade the Angus champion, Gibby Head. Okay, we're going to bring in the champion, Breeze. Starting with Angus. Gibby Head. Our champion, Charlotte Heifer, Parker Head. Champion Charlotte Composite, Graham Clark. Champion Kiania, Merlin Stalkoff. Champion Kiangus, Isabel Blaze. Champion Hereford, Maddie Lawson. Champion Mini Hereford, Braylon Bruce. Champion Limousine, Owen Roseberry. Champion Maintainer, Hunter Fad. Champion Shorthorn, Bentley Gear. Champion Shorthorn Plus, Evelyn Dumont. Champion Scimitar, Brooklyn Oliver. Champion Sim Solution, Chase Harcourt. Champion AOB, Douglas Lawson. And your champion crossbred, Bailey Head. While the judge is contemplating his thoughts, we do want to also thank our Queen Court today for staying all day with us and spending time with us. We want to recognize our Queen and Miss Congeniality, Madison Stahl. First runner-up, Cindy Moore. Second runner-up, Maddie Elliott. And our third runner-up, Kelly Pastori. Thank you, ladies, for spending the day with us. Also, we're going to give a big round of applause to our Beef Barn Superintendent, Lane and Josie Hacker.
every time I get the honor to be able to step in the ring, it's always my pleasure, and it always comes to the culmination of the Grand Champion Drive, and it always still gets my heart pumping and gives me some jitters out here when you get all these high quality livestock, and just think back at how much time and effort all these cattle have been put into, whether the kids and their families and the breeders that have been able to put these high quality heifers together. It's just outstanding, and I mean, it's really been a fun show. The heifer show was very good from top to bottom. I thought there was several options of every particular breed. You could have maybe made a couple switches there and here and there, but anytime you think you can make a couple switches, that means the quality is that good and it's that close, and that's a fun thing to decide as a judge in the middle of the ring, making those decisions. These heifers come out here, I think they even look better as the day progressed. They were able to continue to fill them up, break them down, refit them. I thought everything kind of came back together, and I have an exceptional set of heifers. It's always a first impression when you kind of get some cattle in the ring for me. And I thought, there was just several different options that when they came in the ring, I'm like, that heifer's probably going to be my grand heifer. And then you kind of get on your next breed, and you're like, well, I think maybe this one could be your grand heifer. And I commend everybody, a big deal on that. I know how long this project takes. I know that the effort that these kids have put in, and it's exciting to say the very least that people are able to do this kind of project. It does not only take money, but it takes heart and grit, and it takes a lot of effort for all these individuals. Let's give them all one more big round of applause, if you will. I think it gets fairly closer than probably what I kind of expected out here for a Grand Drive. But I think these cattle need to be functional, they need to be sound, they need to be able to flex and go. I think these heifers need to continue to stay a little more dual purpose than maybe what some people consider. I like the cattle to have some squareness and have some muscle in that regard, so that way they can kind of produce both sexes as high as the cattle market. And then, you have all kinds of folks telling you this cattle market may never stop. We're at the smallest cattle herd of 75 years, and that's all right. But we continue to need the progression of these breeders to continue to expand and continue to raise high quality livestock. I'm going to go out and select your grand champion. I think it's awfully close. I'm going to take one more look. I think there's a pair of them that are really high quality. Thanks again. Heifer came out of an excellent division, and the other heifer's going to come out of another really good division. It's not every day that you see limousine cattle, whether they're limb flexes or purebreds, of that kind of quality and that kind of breed. There was 3 of them in that particular drive, and I thought they all were very high quality, even the young man that got left out of there. But I thought that, those cattle were very exceptional. That heifer for me, she's just a combination of foot bone, muscle shape, but still elegant in her makeup and good in terms of her soundness. I'm going to go out and select your reserve. I'll stay off the mic as we go 3, 4, and 5. You'll hear me a little bit later, but I thought just an outstanding show here in the heifer ring. Let's give them one more round of applause. I got a great crowd. I got to use it.
I need all reserve champion steers, all reserve champion steers in the makeup ring. Please be bringing your champion steers forthwith. Bring your champion steers. We need the reserve champion steers to be in the makeup. We're ready to start bringing them in, running them through, and your champions need to be on the leg. Okay, we got two individuals that we want to recognize in the steer show. We always do a rated game. Our top rated game winner is Riley Castillo. If they would come up here, he would come up here, we have a banner for him. And our Putnam County champion rated game is Liam B. Congratulations to both of them. Please be bringing those reserve steers. We're going to run them through. prospect, Owen Brooksberry. Okay. Skip on to reserve champion Candia, Evelyn Duval. Our reserve champion Hereford, Maddie Lawson. Our reserve champion limousine, Luke Underwood. Our reserve champion made on Jew, Cora Edgar. Our reserve champion Showman Plus, Cora Edgar. Our reserve champion Scimitar, Jacob Mann. And your reserve champion crossback, Liam B. Parades around the champion steers in. Champion Angus steer, Aubrian Heyman. Champion Charlotte steer, Parker House. Our champion Canadian steer, Ava Byron. Your champion Heifer steer, Wade Pennington. Champion limousine steer, Madeline Tickle. Your champion made on June, Chase Harcourt. Champion Showhorn Plus, Clay
good steer show, and it takes a lot of work again in all the cattle species, but you know, I'm really happy with this set of calves that come out here in your steer drive. The majority of the cattle in this particular drive are fat steers, they're finished, they're ready to rock and roll, and I think that's what it's about when you get to your county fair, or you get to your finish point and your finish line. Those cattle need to be close enough and finished, and I think it commend these breeders and these young individuals for getting them fed right. I think a lot of these cattle handle really well when you get them to the touch. They're at market weight, they're ready to rock and roll, they're seeing towards the tail end of their life, they're doing what exactly God put them on this earth to do, and I think we've got a good set of steers out here. Let's give them a round of applause and all the teams as well. There's a couple different options you can kind of go with in this steer ring. I think there's one that just kind of puts it together, not only a stout, powerful package, but an ability to get out in the motion and get out to be comfortable in his movement. A calf that just kind of, he's the combination calf of extreme stoutness and power, but yet still hits the ground. I'll go show you our champion steer. Let's give him one last round of applause. Thank you.
There was no reserve, so we would be picking from here.
Last time I'll hop on the mic here, but you know, one thing I really enjoyed probably as much as anything today was when we got into our final showmanship and our ability to have these kids put on the mic in that regard. It's just very humbling to me that the kids that put into the work into this project, you know, how thankful they are for everybody and how much they all said they make friendships in this. That's why they show cattle, that's why they want to, and also they create that bond with these animals. I know it was tough when I showed steers. It didn't matter whether it was my first year or my 10th year, and you had to say goodbye to that calf. You spent so much time with them, maybe more than some of your family, and that calf became family. And there was even the ones that you did that were pain in the butts to deal with. You still kind of hate to see them goodbye because you kind of knew what they were predictable and the way they would handle each day. Every day you worked with them, and I just feel pleasure there at home to be able to work alongside my dad, my brother, and my entire family, and come back here to Putnam County where my wife grew up and showed all 10 years in this kind of nostalgic type farm. I think it's just really neat to kind of come back and be an honor and pleasure and my privilege to be able to exhort your guys' beef show. I appreciate Lane and everybody. We've had a really smooth show. It's been able to be ran. I don't believe I waited on cattle very long all day, and I commend everybody to do that. There's another calf out here that you know, just commands your attention in terms of just stoutness and power. He's got a big old pin set. You get behind this calf, he's impressive as any, and I do believe that when these cattle get to these weight, they need to become men. They got to be stout, they got to be powerful, and then you kind of break them down from there. Give it one more round of applause for everybody. I think I have a good crowd. You guys are great. All this stuff.